Okay, good afternoon, everybody. This is Indira, and welcome to our August Ambassador webinar. To join online, looks like Judy and Lori were able to join the online webinar PowerPoint. Let me know if you have trouble joining online. Otherwise, if you would also like to just listen to the conversation over the telephone line, that's fine too, because we don't have too much on the PowerPoint slides today.
Okay.
So just to begin, if you would like to go around and just say your name, and if you would like to share any ambassador activities from the past month, you can feel free to do that as well. So whoever would like to begin. Judy, would you like to begin?
Okay. Hi. This is Clark. I'm Bill. And this last month or so, I contacted a representative. He emailed me back on the amendment. He gave his experiences, and he wanted to know a little bit more about our program. And so I was advised by Di, and whatever, and wrote him a letter, and he responded and thought that it was great that what we were doing in our caregiving and workforce and everything.
Great. And I'm having a little bit of a tough time hearing you, Judy. I don't know if it's background noise or if it's just a telephone connection.
Nothing's going on, just my fans.
Okay, now I can hear you better, actually. So you said you emailed a representative. Which representative?
From this area.
From
so long ago.
From the Esterville area?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks for sharing. And Janet?
Yeah, this is Janet Reiser, and I'm in the Carroll/Crawford County area, western Iowa. I have been talking to like doctors' offices and things like this, but I am going to be in contact eventually with Mark, who's the representative for Crawford County, because he's really big into this. And I have not been able to, but I will be. Also, and I wanted to talk to you, Indira, we have a senator, a U.S. senator coming from the state of Iowa. He's coming to Denison to have a town meeting, and I thought I'd introduce that to him.
Okay.
What is your opinion on that?
Okay. Well, for specific questions, we can always touch base after the webinar too, and we can go into detail if you have specific questions about that town hall meeting and how you should approach that.
Yes.
Does that sound okay?
Yes, that would be fine by me.
Okay, sure. We'll touch base right after this webinar.
Sure.
And then we have Vicki.
I'm Vicki Garski, and I'm from Montour, and I have been just still continuing to talk about it at work. I've been watching the posts and that come over the computer, and I've still been keeping up with all the Iowa caregiver stuff that's been coming through on that and trying to get ready for our conference.
Mm-hmm.
And other than that, I've just really been busy at work. It's been really hard for us to kind of get any time off and not to do anything. So.
Yeah, a lot of people have been really busy lately. Been hearing that from a lot of ambassadors, said they couldn't make it on the call today because their workload is just too busy.
Right.
And then Lori?
Hi, I'm Lori Bride, Opportunities Unlimited in Sioux City, Iowa, and I'm project manager here. So we've been busy getting some medical software installed here, and I'm afraid I don't have anything to report.
Okay. That sounds good. And this webinar, like I said earlier, I don't have too much in the PowerPoint for you as far as visuals, so if you weren't able to log on to the webinar online, don't worry about that. It'll be available after this presentation as well. But today, I'm just going to share a couple of initiative updates that are important. The first one is we have been doing a ton of outreach planning. And that is because we are going to shift a little bit the way that we are spreading the messages regarding the initiative this year. It'll be a little bit different than last year, and I'll go into detail with regards to the outreach events here in a couple of slides, but we do have events that are beginning next week. So we'll talk details here in a few minutes. The other thing is there will be an e-update that will go out this week, and it'll have a lot of these details for you. It'll have the events and the dates and just all of the new happenings with the initiative, so be sure to look for that in your email. And then the other thing that we have going on is those competencies, the competency groups that we got together in the past month. They were looking at 3 different topics, and those are mental health, oral health, and autism. And they have completed their work as a group. They've put together a document with the help of Anita Steinman from the University of Iowa that spells out competencies or skills that direct care professionals ought to have if they're working in those specific areas. And right now they're at the stage where they're reviewing the final documents that they have helped put together, and they are submitting their comments back to us. So this is the final revision of those documents. And those comments are due today. So the competencies should be completed by the end of the week or next week. And then on August 23rd, we have a PCAST leadership team meeting in Iowa City. Those are just some of the updates. As far as the new outreach strategy, as you all know, last year we focused a lot on talking about the establishment of a board. And we were in the midst of a legislative session where we were really pushing and educating people on the importance of having a board for this initiative. Well, the legislative session is over, and as you know, unfortunately, we did not get a board. But now, in thinking about the way that we're going to do outreach moving forward with this year, we decided to focus on the curriculum this time around. And this is an important change because it's a shift in the way that we're spreading the messages and the groups that we are targeting. So the rationale for the different outreach events that I'm going to talk about is we tried to figure out, okay, how can we fine-tune the way that we've been delivering these messages? And what we realized is that in the past, we've tended to focus mostly on people who are either DCPs currently, they work as direct care professionals, or they're employers of DCPs, or they have a direct stake in this topic. And so what we realized is that we've been talking to all these people who, most of the people that know about the initiative have already been involved, they've attended events, and for a while it seemed like we were talking to the same group or groups of people over and over again. So the idea with this shift in direction as far as the way that we do outreach is that we reach out to a wider audience. We're trying to target, for example, the first bullet here, if you can see it on the screen, it says community and business leaders. So we want to spread the message into the communities. We want to talk to the public at large. And so the way we thought we could do that is to target business leaders in communities or community leaders in general, and people who might not directly have a stake, or they might not be working in the direct care field, but they find this to be an important issue, and perhaps they'd be willing to advocate for that issue. So that's one approach that we are taking. The other approach is we're targeting media, and all of the outreach events that I'll be talking about, we will be incorporating media in some way. And then the third group is, of course, the DCP's employers and other direct stakeholders will be having special events for that group, because we don't want to stop talking to that group of people, but we do want to widen the number of people who are seeing this message and perhaps get to some of those people who might not even know about the initiative to this day. So we have a couple of scheduled outreach events, and the first one is next week on August 20th. It'll be in Des Moines. We have another one 2 days later on August 22nd in Mason City. We have one in Sioux City on August 29. And then we have 3 in September. On September 17, we'll be in Dubuque. On September 18 in Davenport, and September 26th in Atlantic. So if you are able to see the screen, what I'm showing here, and I can send this to anybody who's not able to view the screen right now, I can just email it after the webinar, but this document here is the invitation to our morning events, because in each of these areas that I just mentioned, we'll be doing a morning event and an afternoon event, and the audiences for each will be different. So here's how they differ. This first invite, it's for all of the events that are from 8 to 9:30 a.m. So the dates are the same. As you see in Des Moines, it'll be on August 20th, like I said earlier. And this particular event will take place in the morning from 8 to 9:30, and it is targeted at that first group of people that I was talking about, either community or business leaders or just the general public. It says on here, are we prepared to care? And then it says, do you have an aging family member, know someone with a disability, have a loved one who has been sick or injured? Or do you use support services to help maintain your own independence or health? Then this is for you. We have a care gap crisis. Our communities must prepare to meet the support, long-term care, and health needs of Iowans. So this event will take place in the morning, like I said, and it'll be at the same time at all of these different communities that I mentioned. And
Hey, Indira. You're going in and out. This is Janet.
Oh, is anybody else having that issue? Is everybody else hearing me okay?
I can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Okay.
Yeah, you were stopping, and then there was a major pause.
I wonder if it's the phone connection, Janet.
Well, maybe my computer shouldn't be on, you know.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the issue is.
I don't either.
Okay. Well, if you happen to miss any of the information, we will have the recording available afterwards, and so I can send that to you, or we'll be talking on the phone anyway, so we can just go over anything you might have missed.
Okay. But keep going. I mean, there's off and on things, that's all.
Okay.
But yeah, just keep going.
Okay. So at the morning event, the way that this will go from 8 to 9:30 a.m., we'll begin with introductions. And we'll talk about a couple of facts that people might not know about the direct care field. So for example, we'll say something like, it is estimated that by 2018, nearly 15,000 more workers will be needed in Iowa to provide critical services to Iowans across a wide range of settings. So we'll talk about a couple of facts, and after that, after we talk about the facts, we'll go into an interactive activity, and in that activity there will be a chance for DCPs to tell their stories to illustrate some of the problems that are happening currently, and that this training and the curriculum could help with. So we're going to propose the curriculum as a solution to these problems, and that'll be kind of the wrap-up to the morning event. Is we'll be talking about the curriculum, what the solution is, and what the action is that the people in the audience could take. So those will be the morning events, and they will be pretty general. They're open to a wide audience, mainly community leaders, and anybody in the public in general is welcome to join. And then we are looking for direct care professionals in these various areas that I mentioned. If they would like to participate, if you have time, or if you know of any DCPs who would want to participate in the morning, you're welcome to come and either just listen, or there will be that interactive activity portion where DCPs can get a chance to share a little bit about why is the curriculum important, or why is it a problem that there's a redundancy in training, or just some of those ideas. Now, the next slide here is the invite for the afternoon events. And the afternoon events in those communities will take place between 4 and 5:30 p.m. And this one is called How Will Iowa Prepare to Care? Introducing Iowa's first comprehensive direct care training curriculum. And so this is the event that's geared toward our usual audience, which is DCPs, employers, and any direct stakeholders. And the purpose of the afternoon event is to go into detail about the curriculum. So, do you have any questions so far?
I was thinking, this is Janet, thinking about Atlantic since it's closer to me. And that, will you let me know when that one is?
Yes, it's on September 26th.
Okay. Is that an all day or just either morning or afternoon?
Either morning or afternoon. Like I said, the audience will be different for each, and the messages will be a little bit different for each, but the morning one is from 8 to 9:30. The afternoon is from 4 to 5:30.
Okay. I'll probably go to the afternoon one.
Okay. Yeah, that's where you get to learn about the curriculum. So So in between the morning and the afternoon events, what we'll be doing is reaching out to media in those various communities and also spreading the message in that way.
Okay.
So the next slide here talks about the different classes being offered, and this is the curriculum classes. So currently and through the end of September, classes are being offered at Des Moines Area Community College and Indian Hills in Ottumwa. To sign up for a class, and there are classes that are specific to the modules that are in the curriculum, which when the e-update comes out this week that I told you about, it will have the specific modules that are being offered and the dates that they're being offered on, and the times and the locations. So that will give you a much better idea as far as which classes are available. But right now, the classes are open to any interested direct care professionals through the end of September. And depending on where you would like to take a class, in Des Moines, the contact is Jamie Wheelock, and in Ottumwa, the contact is Lori Reeves. So I have those phone numbers up here on the screen. Does anybody need me to read the phone numbers in case you're not seeing the PowerPoint?
Well, I think, this is Janet, I signed up for a class already with Jamie.
Okay. Yep, that's exactly what I'm talking about. So you already contacted her?
Yes.
Okay. Anybody else need the contact information, or are you able to see the screen?
My screen just blacked out because of the laptop.
Oh.
I'm able to see it.
Okay. Okay. Judy, did you need Jamie's or Lori's contact information, or are you okay?
Maybe I better have that.
Okay, I'll email that to you here right after the webinar.
Okay. My laptop heated up and it blacked out.
Okay. Yeah, that's not a problem. I'll just email that to you right after this webinar.
Thank you.
Okay. And if you have any general questions about the pilot project, the training, or the curriculum, you can contact Erin Drennan. And her email address is also up here on the screen.
Can you email me that?
Sure.
This is Janet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll email her email to you.
Right.
Okay. So does anybody have any questions about the information that I covered before we go into general feedback?
No, not I.
What about Judy, Vicki, or Lori?
No.
Okay.
One thing, Indira, I did not get the like a flyer on the morning training.
Mm-hmm.
With Lori Bride from Sioux City. Do you want us to promote that in our area with our families?
Yeah, you know, that would not be a bad idea. We can, so you said you didn't get the morning one, but you got the afternoon?
I do have the afternoon one, and I've kind of arranged for a couple of people to go with me.
Uh-huh. And so you're in Sioux City, right?
Right.
Okay. Yeah, that would be good. I am going to send you that morning invite too. That's a great idea. Yeah, we're trying to reach out and spread the message to the public in general. So, you know, all of us who have been to the advisory council meetings or who have been to these events, we pretty much know what the progress has been and what's happening with the initiative. But then you have, you know, your families or just in general people in the community who might not know. They might not even know what the initiative is. So as far as the general feedback, do you have any questions that you've received from people that you've talked to with regards to the initiative?
I've been trying to ask, like, dinner date building, you know, if I could rent it or whatever to present something about the direct care person initiative, tell about it and everything. And I don't know if somebody around the area, I know Tony Wells is from Sibley, and I don't know if maybe I could present something together, you know, being
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah, do you have Tony's contact information?
actually not all of it. I know he works in Sibley, and I worked with him before, and I was almost already out lately because we just do our music over there.
Okay.
And I
Okay.
did this last time.
Yeah, I can send you his contact information if you wanted to get in touch and see about the possibility of presenting together.
Yeah, that would be good. I would appreciate that.
Okay, no problem. I will do that after this webinar. As far as the future webinars, I always like to ask, are there any topics that you can think of that you would like to see on future ambassador webinars? Any ideas you might have about topics that we could present?
You know, I have a sister with bipolar, and it would be kind of interesting to hear more about that.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, with these webinars, they're seen as opportunities for ambassadors to have a venue to talk on a monthly basis, to share information that maybe they've done certain activities that they would like to share with their ambassadors or ambassador peers, or perhaps there's resources or conferences coming up and information like that that they would like to share. But then it's also seen as a professional development opportunity for ambassadors. So, like any topics related to doing outreach as an ambassador, we could present for these monthly webinars. But if you think of any topics, you can always email me. If there's any other information that would help you in your work as an ambassador, just send me an email and we'll put a presentation together. Just kind of trying to mix things up from month to month so that it's not always the same. And here are the dates of the future ambassador webinars through the rest of this year. I can't believe we only have 4 more to go until the new year, but we have September 10th is our next one. So if you'd like to get these on your calendars, then you'll already know about them ahead of time. They're always at 3:30 p.m. now, and it'll be September 10, October 8, November 12, and December 10.
Okay.
Well, that's all the information I have for you. Do you have any lingering questions? And I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording right now. Give me just a second.